I'm Ed Meese. I was the 75th Attorney General of the United States under President Ronald Reagan. I had the privilege of working with and for Ronald Reagan for 30 years, from 1967, when I worked in his gubernatorial staff in California, until 1997. One of the most beloved things I think about Ronald Reagan was his great sense of humor. And I had an experience myself with that sense of humor. I had just been appointed Attorney General of the United States, and I happened to be flying in Air Force One with President Reagan as he was coming out on a trip to California. Also on board was Bill Smith. Bill had been my predecessor as Attorney General. Bill and I were seated in a compartment on Air Force One where they put cabinet members. Because we had to get up very early that morning to get to the plane, we both fell asleep soon after we got on board. Ronald Reagan came by and saw us sound asleep, and so he summoned the White House photographer and took a picture of us both asleep. But about a week later, I got a photograph from Ronald Reagan, and it showed the two of us sound asleep. And on the bottom, he had inscribed it, "Dear Ed, see, I told everyone you could do Bill's job, and here's the proof. Signed, Ron." Well, that was the way Ronald Reagan was. He had this mischievous sense of humor in a way. In Germany, we had gotten into West Germany, and we were right at the line between East and West Germany. This, of course, was in the middle of the Cold War. And so we were right up to Checkpoint Charlie, which was the gate between the east and the west portions of the city. On the eastern side, of course, was this very stern-looking police officer. Ronald Reagan goes right up to the edge, and then he kind of looks both ways, and then he just sticks his foot over the line to say, "See, I can do it if I want to." But that was his sense of humor. He was a great person to work for. He was a great leader of our country, and it was certainly my privilege to know him and to be able to be with him for such a long period of time.